Next, we would like to have John Currid for member of County Council District 11.
Good afternoon. So I'm running on a pretty simple campaign theme of a Best Cuyahoga. Other than the concept of a Best Cuyahoga, it stands for business, education, safety, and taxes. I want to represent the families and businesses of the 6 communities of the 11th District of Cuyahoga County. I have a bold plan to work with Columbus to help families and businesses with the sales tax holiday around back-to-school shopping and holiday shopping time. I've discussed with local school districts, business leaders, and other local leaders a skilled workforce education plan that will help our students learn to use their hands, stay in school, and learn skills that will help create the next generation of plumbers, electricians, welders, contractors, things that businesses are going to look for when they want to invest back in our community. I have a plan to address truancy so we can finally address the ever-growing graduation rates that are plaguing our schools, especially in communities where I live in South Euclid, in communities where I go in Euclid, and we hear every day about the issues facing Cleveland. I have fought and will continue to fight against policies that have funneled hundreds of millions of dollars away from our inner ring suburbs into the downtown Cleveland business districts. While downtown might be thriving, East 185th, Euclid Avenue, and Mayfield Roads have hundreds of vacant storefronts. Communities have lost their sense of neighborhoods, and instead they've been replaced with foreclosures, vacancies, and boarded up homes. It is not enough to just talk about urban sprawl. You need somebody who's going to actually lead and defend the families and businesses who live there in those communities. Banning pesticides is not the priority of the families when I go knocking on doors to these communities. And in fact, now we have issues with fighting bed bugs and other rodents and pests in these buildings. Many families are struggling. We hear about it every day to put food on the table. Adding an extra $100 a year to the grocery shopping because we have a bag tax, the grocery bag tax, is plain irresponsible. I have a pledge to represent this district. I hope I can count on you this November so we can regrow the neighborhoods and main streets throughout the 11th District and all Cuyahoga County.
Good afternoon. What is the single most important issue you would address immediately after taking office?
The single most would actually be looking at the actual communities themselves, the neighborhoods and the main streets, and see what we can do to address the vacancies in those businesses, the vacancies in those homes, and really grow the community through policies that are going to make it fair and equitable to the inner ring suburbs, and now actually starting out into the outer ring suburbs, the same way that we have been to the downtown Cleveland district.
Thank you.
As I mentioned, my Best Cuyahoga plan requires a focus on priorities and families in Cuyahoga County. When I go door to door in South Euclid, Richmond Heights, the neighbors I talk to don't talk about putting solar panels on abandoned buildings and homes right down the street. They talk about fixing the fact and not having those abandoned homes any longer. We need to finally start addressing the issues that's plaguing our neighborhoods, our communities, our families, and businesses. We need to think boldly, we need to think differently. We need a leader who will stand with you as a neighbor. You deserve somebody who has experienced the conversation around the dinner table and studied it, or the report card just came out yesterday, the fact that the children have to go to a school that's either failing or a D grade. I've had that conversation with my wife. We've had to make that decision. That is my pledge and promise to you, to understand and represent the families and businesses in the communities that I want to represent. Those neighborhoods, those communities, those families, those businesses are my #1 priority. They're my only priority. I hope that I can count on your support this November. I thank you for your time today. I thank you for your graciousness. Thank you very much.